Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, before I get started with this lesson, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well. Peace and blessings unto the hopeful elect, pushing his word throughout the four corners of the earth in truth, righteousness, and sincerity. To you, I say Shalom. The title of this lesson will be Look Up, Salvation is Near. We're approaching a time period where we're going to start seeing a lot of disasters, natural disasters, black swan events, uh, uproars of the people, right? Different things that we were warned about by our Lord Yahweh Shah. But that shouldn't, put us in a fearful state, because we understand that as long as we're doing what is commanded of us by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, and stay on his good side, right? And endure to the end, hey, that we're going to be saved. We're going to be delivered. He's going to deliver us out of those problems, tribulations, what I'm saying, all those troubles that's coming upon the earth, plagues and pestilences. The elect are going to be protected. And in the end, we're going to see the salvation, which is going to be via the chariots or the so-called UFOs, right? So that's why I titled it, Look Up, Salvation is Near, pursuant to Luke 21, as we're going to read. Luke 21, verse 25, it says, and there shall be signs in the sun, and in the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations. So again, there'll be certain signs to look out for, right? It says signs in the sun, like solar eclipses, right? It says in the moon, lunar eclipses. We're gonna start seeing um, variety of different things, right? Blood moons, right? It says in the stars, right? Stars lining up, or planets lining up, right? It says, and upon the earth distress of nations, right? That's what we're seeing. Let me look up this word for distress real quick. The word distress, sinoche. It says a holding together, a narrowing, the contracting part of a way. This is metaphorically the straits, distress, anguish, distress and anguish. That's right. That's what we're seeing amongst these nations. Talks of wars, talks of economic problems, poverty, famines, all kinds of things. We're seeing a lot of these other so-called third world countries, uh, some of them going into riots, right? I believe it was Bangladesh, they went into a riot and had a complete lockdown where they had shoot on site curfews, you know. So all this is happening around the world, man, and it's just going to intensify. But these are signs to look out for the coming of the end, and for the end and the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shah, right? But it says, with perplexity. Let me get this word for perplexity. Let me see. Yeah, it's not showing nothing really. This is the state of one who is in perplexity. Hold on. Let me see if I can just Google this. Perplexity. It says inability to deal with or understand something, complicated or unaccountable, an entangled state, right? And that's the mindset of these nations. That's how they're gonna be. They're not gonna understand what is going on. Why is this happening, right? How to deal with these situations, how to fix and rectify the problems that we're seeing right now, uh, uh, amongst Americans, amongst America, and all these other foreign countries, right? And you have the WEF forum that's talking about finding solutions for these problems, right? which we already know this is leading up to the NWO, right? That the agenda that these top elite have in mind to hip the entire planet so they can have full control and dominion over the earth, right? But these are signs again to look out for that's going to lead up to the return of Yahweh Shah. So it says, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, right? The plagues, the pestilences, and also Yahweh Shah, right? It says, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. That's right. Now, let me get, as a matter of fact, it's in the Apocrypha. Let me get Second Ezra 9. Start at the top. It says, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before. So again, we got to measure the times diligently, right? How do we measure the times? By keeping track of current events, right? Keeping track of current events and lining it up with prophecy, right? The prophecies was written in the prophecies is tells us what to look out for, and lets us know where we're at as far as the time period of the end, right? But we already know we're at the end of this thing. We're at the end of Esau's system. We're at the end of Esau's kingdom, right? This place is done, and we got next, pursuant to Second Ezra 6 and 9, if I'm not mistaken, right? But it says, verse 2, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. That's right. So again, now we understand that the time is coming. We're approaching these times, right? So verse 3 it says, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. So going back to what I mentioned earlier in Luke 21, right? Certain signs to be looking out for. And these are some of the signs. Earthquakes in diverse places, right? We seen an earthquake in LA just a couple days ago, right? I think it was like a 4.4 magnitude earthquake, which you got the San Andreas fault, not too far from LA. So imagine if an earthquake were to hit the San Andreas fault. They've been talking about how the San Andreas fault has been waiting for an earthquake to happen that can pretty much split part of that state in half, right? There's gonna be a lot of death if that does happen, right? But it says uproars of the people, again, the riots, right? People uh, 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 breaking into stores, stealing shit, fighting against the police, getting gunned down by cops, right? That's what we're gonna start seeing. All these protests is gonna ramp up. It ain't gonna be no peaceful protest. It's gonna be, a violent protest to where they're gonna have to bring out the National Guard, the damn Humvees, and all these other things, right? The water cannons, tear gas. It ain't gonna be no rubber bullets. They're gonna be using real bullets, right? That's coming. But it says in verse 4, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. Right? Yahweh Shah, or Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, spoke these things. It's been written from the beginning that all these things were going to transpire. Right? The book is already written. The script is already laid out. All we're doing is, playing those roles. Right? And Lord willing would be that we play those roles of the elect, those of us that believe. But verse 5, it says, for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Right? Everything has an end. I mean, everything has a beginning, everything has an end. Esau's kingdom is no different. Esau's kingdom is temporal. It's written that it's only going to be temporal. An end is coming, and we see in the end. You know, we see in the signs of the end being played out before our eyes, right? Let me see. Let me go back. Oh, but when you go to that word manifest, right? When it says in the end is manifest, manifest just means it's obvious. It's obvious that the end is here. To most Americans, even most Americans, not most Americans, but a lot of Americans will say that, you know, that it's obvious that America is gonna fall. They hope it don't fall, but the way the trajectory that America is heading into, as far as the economy, the uh, love of many waxing cold, crime running rampant, a lot of things play into account of the factors or are factors of this place going down, right? And these Americans, they see that, they know it, they know that America has a judgment day. America has a time period that, or there's a time where this place will go down, right? When you check out historians, they say that uh, an average or yeah, pretty much every single kingdom will last roughly around 250 years. Well, America's reaching that 250-year period since they've been established. No kingdom has went past that, and Esau's kingdom ain't no different. It's gonna come to an inevitable stop, an inevitable end, right? And that end is gonna be dramatic, right? But after that, after Esau's fall, we're going to be set up. But our kingdom is going to have no end. It truly will have no end, because Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah will be the ones running it, right? The power and the creator of the universe, they're going to be behind, backing, blessing this kingdom that will be established on the earth, right? And those in power are going to be the Israelites, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, which make up the 12 tribes of Israel. Not these Amalekites, these so-called white men over there in the land of Israel right now. Those motherfuckers are just playing the role, just trying to deceive the masses and the people that they are the people. But we understand that they ain't, based off prophecy. The scriptures itself show that they ain't the people, right? But anyway, let's get Second Ezra 4. No, as a matter of fact, let's go back to Luke. Then we get Second Ezra 4. So this is Luke 21 and verse 27. It says, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. You see? And that's what's going to happen. Every eye is going to see Yahweh Shah, right? Everybody's going to see Yahweh Shah coming in that cloud, right? With power and great glory. Because when Yahweh Shah came the first time, he came peaceful. He came as a man. But this time he's going to come in his full might, strength, glory. I mean, we saw how Yahweh Shah came before, right? He came humble, but even then he had power. He had power to heal, right? Heal the sick. He had power to bring people from the dead. He had power he was teleporting, right? He was walking on water. And that was him in his docile type of state, right? In his humble state. Imagine this time when he comes, fierce, angry. It says as a lion. That's gonna be some terrible power, man. But as a matter of fact, I should have gotten Second Ezra first. I'm gonna get this now though. Second Ezra 4 and 26, it says, Then answered he me and said, The more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel, for the world hasteth fast to pass away. Right, this world, this era, Esau's, or the time period of the Gentiles. The scriptures talk about that Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Right? Isn't Esau a Gentile, a heathen? Well, once his time is up, our time's next. But that's this time period of the earth being governed by the heathen is coming to an end, right? And the world is the earth itself wants it to, come to pass. Like, get this shit over with, right? Verse 27, it says, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities, right? Because what's promised unto the righteous? The kingdom of heaven, right? Immortality, right? Plenteousness, abundance, right? It says, for this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities, right? This world is corrupt. It doesn't bring forth good fruit. It brings forth nothing but corruptness, corrupt fruit, right? Unrighteousness and infirmities, all because of sin. Sin has been allowed to flourish in Esau's kingdom because he's the wicked. But in our kingdom, sin won't be allowed to flourish. Sin is going to be stomped out, stamped out. There's going to be nothing but righteousness, right? Which is going to allow the earth to breathe, to be at peace, to be able to rest. Shit, even the heathen, they're going to be in captivity, but hey, they're going to be better off than they are here with Esau. Because again, everything is going to be righteous, governed in righteousness, right? Verse 28, it says, But as concerning the things whereof thou asked me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. Right? Esau's kingdom has been established. This evil ass kingdom, right? Wicked ass kingdom. The scriptures compare this place to Sodom and Gomorrah, Egypt, Babylon, which are wicked kingdoms. This place is all of them combined into one. All the wicked kingdoms combined into one. Which is why the judgment that the Most High has set for America is well deserved, right? So it says, continuing on, um, verse 29, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come that is sown with good. So this place has to be taken down in order for the kingdom of heaven to be established. So again, all those signs that we've been talking about are signs of this place going down, which is inevitable. But then our kingdom is going to come next. That's the only way our kingdom is going to be established, right? It's through the taking down of this one. So now let's go back to Luke 21 and verse 27. It says, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in the cloud with power and great glory, right? And as I quoted, every eye shall see him, which is in the book of Revelation 1 and verse 7. It says, behold, he cometh with clouds, which are the chariots, and every eye shall see him, right? Because he's going to flood the skies. He's going to flood the skies with those chariots. I mean, that big Salakia, that big fathership is going to be massive. It's going to block out the sun. It's going to block out the stars, the moon. You know what I'm saying? Huge, massive. And then you're going to have the thousands of angels with their chariots just swarming the skies. Man, it's going to be a sight to see. Way better than that movie Independence Day. That's just something to, you know, uh, 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 I guess to fuel your imagination, right? To give you an insight of what's to come. But truly, it's going to be way, you can't even compare it. It's gonna be way more glorious than that, right? But it says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him," right? Because everybody goes through a process called reincarnation. All those souls that were back there that put Yahweh Shah to death, those that pierced him, even those that believed, hey, they're all here, and those that believe are the elect to this day. They're the ones that's going to be delivered. Those that put him to death, those that denied him, those that rejected him, those that ignored him, scoffed and mocked, they're going to be destroyed. Those same spirits are here doing the exact same thing, right? But continuing on, it says, um, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, Aman, right? All kindreds is going to wail. Everybody's going to be, in anguish and distress and perplexity, getting zapped. They're going to be in fright and fear because of the complete devastation that Yahweh Shah is going to cause amongst these nations. Because you're going to have these nations fight against Yahweh Shah with their military. They're going to be in the midst of World War III, and then Yahweh Shah is going to come in, and they're all going to turn and face him and start fighting against him. Right? But he's going to make quick work of them. In the midst of that, you're going to be having, these chariots zapping people out in the streets, destroying these cities. Right? Mainly here in America. But again, America is going to go out by thermonuclear destruction. That's going to be the end of this place. But continuing on, it says, well, as a matter of fact, that was it. That was it. Let's get let's get as a matter of fact, let's go back actually to Luke 21. I'll finish this out. Luke 21 and verse 28, it says, and when these things begin to come and to pass, then look and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. So when you see these signs come to pass, everything that the prophets is speaking about, the MOTB, World War III, which are the major ones that we got to look out for, persecution, Jacob's trouble, right? Then, we got to, keep our minds focused on the kingdom. We got to keep our minds focused right now. But just know that the kingdom is close. Keep your head up. Keep looking up. The time is coming. Right? So we're going to get Revelation 11 and verse 11. And it reads, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them. And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Who are these? Right? These are talking about the elect. Right? 3 days and a half going into the time period between where we were taken into captivity, right? I can't remember the date, 1619, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, all the way to the time period where Abba Bivens came on the scene and started, proclaiming this truth to Jake, waking up the elect, right? Turning the hearts of the fathers back to the children, right? Oh, Salakia, turning the hearts of the children back to the fathers, right? Roughly paraphrasing. But either ways, it says, uh, verse 11, and after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from the Most High entered into them. Right, we need this truth. We're woken up to who we truly were, or truly are. We ain't black, we ain't Hispanic. Salaki for all these messages. But we ain't black, we ain't Hispanic, we ain't Native American. We're Israelites. All right. And it says, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Who's going to be in fear? The nations, the heathen, right? Esau, Edom. They're going to be in fear because they're going to understand that the effort they took to take us out, as far as strip us from our heritage and remove us from um, knowing the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, serving Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, pretty much taking us away from our power. They're going to understand that it all failed. And now Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is going to protect us, right? And deliver us. The prophecy will come to pass. Everything they all feared, their work that they did to maintain this kingdom and establish themselves to be rulers of the earth is coming to an end, right? It's all going to fall on his face. But it says, verse 12, it says, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. That's the elect getting beamed up in that fathership, right? Being up in the sky with Yahweh Shah, right? And our enemies beheld them, and their enemies beheld them. So that shows you that everybody's going to see this. They're going to see the elect getting beamed up, right? Something that is so far out. Now, when you go into Wisdom of Solomon, Salakia, I keep on getting these messages, but go to Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, start at verse 1. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. Right? Who has afflicted us? Esau, Edom. And he made no account of our labors, right? Here it is, Jake pretty much built up America. And these crackers just feel like they can just kick us out. They feel like uh, 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 they can just do whatever and get away with it. Like do whatever they can, do whatever they want unto our people and get away with it. They stole this land, they did all they did. They had Jake working, and yet they don't give y'all, they don't treat y'all equally. They don't treat you, you know, or give you credit where credit is due. Here it is, Jake invented so many things, and yet an Edomite will come and take credit for it. So on and so forth, man. There's so many things we can go into showing the how Esau has done our people, right? But anyway, verse 2, it says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, talking about the deliverance, right? And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation. That's right. They're going to be amazed. It's going to be something off of a science fiction movie, right? Like War of the Worlds or Independence Day, Mars Attacks. What's another one? I can't think of another one. But yeah, man, it's gonna be all like some sci-fi thing, right? People ain't, people hear us talking about this, and they view us and they laugh, they scoff, you know, they think we're crazy, they think we're bugged out, we watch too many movies or whatever. But hey, at the end of the day, they're gonna find out that they're the ones that were wrong. They're the ones that were bugged out. We had the truth all along, right? So it says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. That's right. It says, verse 3, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this is he whom we had sometimes in derision and a proverb of reproach. That's right. That's what they're going to be saying. These niggas, like them, like these spicks, these wetbacks, these niggas, you know what I mean? That's what they're going to be saying. Like, how could they be the ones, right? How could they be, the chosen, you know? So it says, we fools, verse 4, we fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. Right? Just thought of us as being bums, you know? You know how people view the homeless in the streets. That's kind of how people view us, the prophets. They view us as like the scum of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Us being just a nuisance, right? But at the end, we're gonna see. We're gonna see who the Most High was dealing with. Here you got these Christians talking about Jesus Christ and all this, talking about how they got the truth. Well, we're gonna see in the end, right? We're gonna see who gets delivered, who is truly saved at the end of the day, right? But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. I pray this lesson was edifying. I'm gonna close it out by saying, Call halal yamla, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachaha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well. Peace and blessings unto the hopeful elect, pushing his word throughout the four corners of the earth in truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Until the next time, I'm gonna say, Shalom. Kwam Yasha.